Hey, crypto fan, welcome to the Coin King channel. I'm your host, Down to Crypto TA. Subscribe, hit the bell notification before we get started. This is the Coin King channel, and this is the Coin King's handler here on his X account at DA Coin King. Be sure to follow him there, guys. You can also follow me at Down to Crypto TA here on my X account, where I post most of my updates on the market. I did try to record this video one time already, and I had a lot of flickering going on in the video, so I'm having to come back and record again. But I did drop this on my X account ahead of time, so you guys didn't miss any up to date information in regards to Bitcoin here. Just looking here at the price action, starting to get a little bit closer to this 50 MA here, signaling that we could be getting a reversal here and a retest down here into this fair value gap, likely here. A lot of divergence because it is the weekend, it is Sunday, and you do have that Sunday weekend manipulation taking place. You can see the divergence there, you can see the divergence here. Also, a bit of a head and shoulders here on the 4 hour chart. Accumulation distribution, you can see the cross down here. I did say that it was a little bit premature because we only had one closing red candle and we needed to see a second one. We also want to break this here, but it's just a forewarning signal about the 4 hour chart that a reversal could be in progress for the 4 hour chart. Okay, back over here, 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart. You can see that the faster moving average is starting to break down below this 200 period moving average here. You have your 50 moving average here. I do want to see a convergence of this 50 and this 200. I really would like to see that. Sometimes you'll break down ahead and this will be all the confirmation that you get, but the 1 hour chart is starting to correct here on the stochastic, so starting to reset here maybe for a bounce back up. Quite a bit of divergence was happening here on the 1 hour chart as well. We also had a head and shoulders here on the 1 hour chart, and that measured move has been met here on the 1 hour chart. I actually thought that we were gonna, kind of hold this 200 here as some sort of support, but that did not happen. But yeah, get a bounce off of this point of control here, possibly, or maybe just drop down here into the next order block here, which is pretty close to this value area low here before you get some sort of a corrective move back up, if just to this trend line here. It was really looking corrective for a minute. So yeah, maybe we just break back up into this, or maybe break back up and retest this 50 period moving average before a continuation based on the 4 hour chart, a continuation to the downside. Money flow still looks pretty decent here on the 4 hour chart. Even though you're starting to see it break down just a little bit, is still in a relatively great place on money flow there. Taking a look at the daily chart here. Um, we did talk about this moving average here, which is your 50 again, and then here's your 200 up here. Um, you want to see price get above this 50 as it has done. The only thing that's missing here is the slope change. So as this 50 period moving average continues to drop down a little bit lower, if you don't get the momentum to come in, then you're going to see this to drop down a little bit lower, and then you'll see a back test of this 50 wherever that may be. We talked about the leading bearish divergence here. We were above this line here, showing that we did have that bearish divergence. Since price is starting to pull back slightly, you can no longer see that break above this pivot here, which we are very, 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 very far from here. Also talked about needing to get a cross up, but it's more like a back test at this point. You did break it just slightly as you got that those two bullish candles that came in above it, but again, um, not sustainable, being that the 50 is still pointing to the downside. All right, so we have some mitigated zones here already. We have this fair value gap that we wicked down into, which was also a weekly area of support on the chart. We've mitigated this order block here with this wick here, and you can arguably say that this fair value gap right here has already been mitigated. But what I like to see is us coming to the mid range. So I am still keeping this here, but I did put a little check mark right there to remind myself that technically it has been mitigated. What I was looking at here is a possibility of us coming up into 44.5 to $45,000. I stated that on my X account about a week or so ago, when we were getting this consolidation right in here. It looked like we could have possibly gotten a bounce up, and you can see the stochastic had started to turn up right there, but that did not pan out, and we lost that area right there, and we dropped down in here. So if we do get a bigger move to the upside at some point, um, these two zones right here would be out, and then I would be looking right here at this order block. Right here is a potential place for price to come into if we're looking at getting a lower high. Um, if we push up beyond that, I do have some regions highlighted here that I did speak about in one of the previous videos that I did on Bitcoin as I was discussing some of the lower targets that I was looking for. But as far as the logos down here, guys, if we were to drop down on this daily correction, and let's just say that we took out this wick right here, there really is not a lot of places for us to go to in the chart that are of relevance. You do have this order block right here that I don't have highlighted here, but you would have this order block here. Let's just say you take out the wick there, you drop down into this order block right here. I'll be looking to see how price sustained there. That's 38 to 37. So I will be looking at that. But aside from that, your next target would be down here to 32 to $30,000 range. That's where you have your fair value gap at there. And there are no other areas within the chart, within this choppiness right here, that I can see that would be of relevance to price action, honestly. So here on the weekly chart, this is that zone that I spoke about in the video. I was saying that a lot of people are looking at the golden pocket here. If price was to continue to push a little higher, the golden pocket would not be the tap out zone for me. It's pretty petty of a move coming off of any one of these wicks right here, especially this one right here. It's like a 6% move there. Just coming off of that wick there. I would be looking here at this zone right here. We did not tap into it, but again, weekly chart could start to reset here for the stochastic, and we still could see that weekly move up. This is kind of bullish right in here. You know, this bottoming tail right here is kind of bullish, being that we don't have a body close below our pivot low on the daily chart. That is what I would want to see here on the weekly chart. I would want to see a body close here, signaling that prices are seriously looking to come down. So depends on how we close today. We'll have to see how we end up closing today, whether or not this bottom intel is going to be relevant. The same thing is kind of arguable here, because we didn't get a body close above any of these 2 wicks right here. That maybe this top and tail was just temporary, and we do come up and we do hit this fair value gap. I don't see us going any higher than that, because typically with each cycle, you don't make a new high anytime soon. It's a couple of months down the road before you make a new higher high. Who knows what the ETF would bring? Who knows? We also didn't get that cross here, which I'm putting a lot of weight on here. The accumulation distribution here. Getting that cross down here for a continuation to the downside. So that's a lot of the mixed signals that we have going on in the chart right now. So this close is very, 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 very relevant to what we do next. So keep those targets in mind. Again, do hit the like button, do hit the subscribe button, and do hit the bell notification. This is my Sunday sauce happening right now. Be sure to follow at the Coin King, DA Coin King here, Crypto Ken on his X account. And again, please do follow me where you can get updates more often here on various charts here. At Down to Crypto TA. I wasn't going to really get into this too much, but I did notice this today when I came over here to look at the chart. Really don't look at Solana too often, because my long bag is my long bag. I'm trying to hold on to that. I've already taken some profit from that, but you can see that we wicked up here into our breakdown of our ascending wedge here. So we tapped into that, and you could be looking at a correction coming up on Solana as well here for its 4-hour chart. I think Solana was one of the few charts that didn't actually tap into its daily, not daily, but its weekly 50 period moving average at the time when I was posting about the retest of the 50 period moving averages as we were getting that drop down on Bitcoin and some of the other altcoins. There's also this this trend line. It's a trend line right in here that you can see we broke above. Don't put your weight on that. It was a nice move from this point to there, but don't put your weight on that. You want to invalidate this rising this ascending broad and top here. You want to invalidate this. So you want to get that break above here. And that's where you want to be. If you're you know, a trend, I don't know, you take the trade when you get a trend break or something like that, then you really do want to get want to break back above this trend line right here and not put as much weight on that. So we'll have to see what happens here with our close. You don't see the test back here on this one right here because this one I didn't use the body to draw out the trend line here on my daily chart. But again, bearish divergence here, high over here, bearish divergence here. Doesn't mean that we can't, with the weekend manipulation, still come up and take this out, hit this 200 and get a rejection. Because, divergence can mean a lot of things. It can mean where you're at in your Elliott wave count. It could not actually play out until you hit a major area of resistance. So keep that in mind as you're looking at your charts where your pivots are, marking out your daily and your weekly pivots. And that's all I have for this video here, kings and queens. Until next time, peace.